Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's September 25th, 2013. To my left is Logan Burgess and I'm Brock Shimbido. Another positive day for the grains in Chicago. Let's turn to a fire tip to see how we ended. Corn was up 6 cents, soybeans up 9 1/4 cents, wheat in Chicago up 12 1/4 cents, and Kansas City wheat, the leader of the upside again, 13 1/4 cents to the positive. You know, Logan, it seems like over the last couple of days, wheat has really been the story in the trade. Today was partially aided by a sharply weaker dollar index.
Yeah, you know, we did see the dollar index moving lower here today, and we know that wheat in particular is very susceptible to movements in that dollar index. That certainly wasn't hurting anything in today's action, but it's really been a pretty strong week in terms of fundamentals for this wheat market. Monday, we saw exceptionally strong export inspections of wheat. Right now, our models are showing export inspections 90 million bushels ahead of pace to meet USDA expectations. Tuesday and Wednesday, we had stories of very hard frost down in Argentina, taking yield potential off that crop. And then you combine it with kind of a technical breakout that we talked about yesterday on the show. Take a look here at the daily December Chicago wheat chart here. This blue line is that 50-day moving average that we highlighted in yesterday's show. And yesterday was the first strong close that we had above that 50-day moving average since about back in June. So looking at this chart right now, I think people are certainly buying on all these factors combined. Wouldn't be surprised if we can take a run here at this trend line resistance sitting around 688. Certainly wouldn't be a bad spot to make some sales on this wheat market that has been pretty depressed here really for a while now. You
know, it seems like wheat is really shaping up to have quite a bit of a bullish story, especially heading into those quarterly grain stocks. You know, we highlighted yesterday the anticipated quarterly grain stocks are looking to be about 200 million bushels lower than what they were last year at the same time.
Right.
And really the factor for that is we had kind of a poor harvest this year for our wheat here domestically. So I think leading into that report, we are seeing some fund buying. I think funds bought about 5,000 contracts here today, so that added to the bullish sentiment we've seen over the last couple of days.
Yeah, you know, certainly on Monday we saw exceptional export inspections. I know tomorrow we get the export sales report. What's the trade looking for out of those numbers?
You know, we're looking for another good week of export for wheat. 500,000 to 700,000 metric tons are anticipated there. Corn, a little bit on the lighter side, 400 to 600,000 metric tons. Soybeans, you know, we had that large sale to China about 2 weeks ago. That'll show up in this report.
Right.
We're looking at about 2.3 to 2.8 million metric tons for soybeans, but most of that's already been factored in as that sale came a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you know, just looking at the corn market here, we haven't talked about that a lot in today's show, but we did get the ethanol numbers out today. We saw a little bit of a decline in terms of barrels per day produced here over last week, down 6,000 barrels per day to 832,000 for the week on average. That's certainly still a good showing there, and not surprising right now based on where we see the ethanol crush margin. We would expect good production to continue here based on that margin, and we've seen it reflected in the cash market as well. Ethanol facilities have still been pretty aggressive bidders of corn over a number of markets. So that's one thing to keep an eye on here. If you're looking to sell some grain in your local market, there is still some real strength from ethanol producers.
If you have any questions about what we talked about today, give us a call, 877-472-4607. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, @GrainTV is where you can find us there. We'll be tweeting the export sales numbers when they come across the news wires tomorrow morning. Check us out on Facebook. Have a good afternoon.